So, is that HFS stuff? The drug. Is that real? I'm not asking because I want it or anything. No, just joking. So I did my video blog on 21 Jump Street on the funniest movie ever of all time. And yeah, so honestly, I I really enjoy 21 Jump Street as a movie. I own it, so I watch it all the time, just like for fun. I never really get tired of it. It's one of those movies I can just watch over and over. The plot goes something like this: two friends, or they're not friends, two old high schoolers who kind of know each other, kind of hate each other. The bully and the nerd. They become police officers together, and they figure out, we might as well be friends and like help each other out. So they do that, and they suck at it. So the next thing that happens is they get demoted down to 21 Jump Street as a narcs, pretty much, and they have to go and infiltrate a high school for a new drug that's coming out called HFS. And they suck at it, and things happen, problems arise, and it just goes pretty fucking batshit crazy. The reason why I picked this for the best, funniest movie ever is because I believe it's a very satirical, like, concept. It's a satire, but it's not like one of those. It's not one of those Doctor Strangelove satires where you watch it over and over and over, and it's just like, like, I get it now. It's not too serious. It's a serious plot in like definition. It's serious, but it's not too serious to where you won't get the jokes. The jokes are funny, they're relevant, you understand them, they happen, they're there. And so when I watch this movie, the funniest parts are probably with Dave Franco. That's my character. I feel like the characters in this movie really help bring together the comedy and what makes this movie the funniest. Dave Franco, he's one of those chill guys that you meet, but he can go crazy at sometimes. Jonah Hill he's smart, but he's lonely, and yeah. Channing Tatum's dumb, but hot, whatever, just basic stuff. My favorite, my favorite part of the movie is when they're doing the party scene. And I know party scenes are really cliche, and they don't really like, people don't like them as much anymore. They feel like they're played out. But I honestly believe this party scene is one of those party scenes where I can watch over and over and just laugh and find new things. Again, it's not like Doctor Strangelove where I can find new things in the background all the time. It's not like that kind of level of like intricate intricacy. But it is one of those things where I can just watch over and over and still be delighted in my viewing of the party scene that happens within the movie. I feel like the legacy for 21 Jump Street is really just basic. There are a lot of like good satires out there, but most of them they're a little too dumb. I feel like this movie is really good and like bringing serious to it in the plot. Like, their seriousness. It's drugs, kids shouldn't do that. It's in there, but it's not like taken to a level of like, don't do drugs. It's not a PSA on that. It's just kind of like one of those things where you watch it and you figure, don't do drugs if you're a kid. If you're an adult, you're like, well, of course I wouldn't do drugs. I wouldn't take that. It's one of those things. I love that about any movie where it's like there's a big moral compass to it, but you don't really like focus on it until like you watch it like the third time maybe, because you when you watch some comedy, you go there for the comedy and the jokes and the one-liners in that, which this movie does have repeatedly. Like I say, Dave Franco's my favorite character. Watch that party scene. Maybe like 20 minutes after they're hanging out at Dave Franco's house, he plays a song on the guitar. He's kind of just like Mother Nature. Beautiful bitches are dying. I feel like that's my favorite part ever of the movie. It's so subtle yet still funny as hell. So I love those moments in movies, but I love them so much more in 21 Jump Street just because of the characters and how they play. And honestly, another thing that really would be like a good way to keep on the legacy of 21 Jump Street is in movies to play have the music kind of like flow and keeps the comedy and the elements of comedy in the movie. Like a lot of the songs that were picked for this movie, the soundtrack really they were really funny, so it kind of just like helped bring that comedic feel to the movie overall. I feel like not many movies pick the best soundtracks. Either they're too serious or too dumb. This one was kind of just like, ooh, this is a comedy that I want to watch. It's one of those. I love that. So yeah, 21 Jump Street's my favorite comedy movie. I feel like it's the best comedy of all time just because it's so simple yet funny and original and rewatchable as many times as you can. Like, I own this movie. I think I've watched it at least 30 times and I've yet to get bored of it. I actually watched it just last night. So that just proves how much I watch it and still enjoy it. It's one of those movies where I would rank it top one or two for sure, like out of all movies. It's one of my three favorite. So yeah, go check it out.